You know, when I see how many of the young people want to give socialism and sometimes Marxism a try, I think Andrew Sullivan wrote a great column on it. He said, Karl Marx, the most assigned economist at the top schools, the third most taught book. And Marx was a huge asshole. Like the kind of things that anti-Semite, the
he
kind
was
of
a self-hating Jew.
Che Guevara, another one that they love to put on a T-shirt. I cannot tell you how many ways this guy was a huge asshole.
I think it's an understatement that he was an asshole. He was a vicious murderer.
A vicious murderer, did not believe in free speech, hated homosexuals, racist, unbelievable, ruined the Cuban economy.
Rock music, like they banned the Beatles in Cuba, et cetera. And also
that's going too far now.
Also an imperialist, too, because he's not Cuban. He's Argentinian, and he died in Bolivia, trying to foment a revolution there, tried to foment a revolution in Africa, and tried to foment a revolution successfully, did so in Cuba. And when people wear these shirts, I find it, it's funny, we police language in an amazing way now, that if you say something that's a little bit off, it can fuck up your career forever. But you have people walking around, the symbols don't matter as much, right? I mean, there used to be a restaurant here in LA called Mao's Kitchen, which is an ironic thing for a person who's, it might be still around, that it starved 50 million people. It's because that Mao's Kitchen is not the greatest name. But people don't have they have these Che Guevara shirts. They don't know the first thing about the guy, but they will wrestle you to the ground if you say the wrong syllable. You put the emphasis here, you're like, fucking fine. But you have a Cuban mass murderer on your shirt, and everyone's like, that's good. That's good. Everyone's literate. They did literacy, 100% literacy. You can't read anything. You can only read Castro's speeches, but you're literate.
And by the way, I appreciate it. It's funny that you mentioned, restriction of speech and political correctness. Do you guys know where it comes from?
Tell us.
The Soviet Union.
Yes.
Political correctness never had anything to do with protecting people's feelings or anything like that. It was very simple. Political correctness was a way of saying to people, what you're saying is true, but we don't like hearing it, right? That's what it was, and that's how it's been imported. And to me, someone who comes from the Soviet Union, is mind-boggling. And you were talking earlier about why this woke ideology is so dangerous to the West. It is because people in other parts of the world are not teaching their young children to hate their own country. And if you continue to do this, how is the West going to do in the battle of civilizations? Because that's what we're in, right? The Chinese want to thrive, the Russians want to thrive, and they're teaching their children to be strong, to be confident, to go out there to learn science instead of, equity and diversity. And a bridge doesn't work very well if it's built on diversity instead of math. So
I'm with you. I'm with you on all that.
We found the topic you and I agree on.
Oh, we agree on a lot of stuff like that. Absolutely.
This is what I don't get. People grow up in a capitalistic society, and we have the wealthiest nation on the entire planet, and they complain as if we're oppressed or poor. They've never seen a hard day in their life. A lot of people my age, I'm a middle millennial and younger, it's like they don't know how wealthy America really is. And they use this phrase, late stage capitalism. What is that even supposed to mean? If you want to really complain about corporations having all the power, that would be crony capitalism, and that would be corporatism working along with the government. That wouldn't be pure capitalism or a good, healthy capitalism. But nonetheless, we still are the wealthiest country in the entire world, on the face of the planet. And you have people complaining and saying, oh, we need to try Marxism, we need to try socialism. It's the easiest thing in the world to open a history book and look and see all the people that were killed in Mao's China, that were killed in the Soviet Union, and the conditions in North Korea right now, so many other countries. But it's just like, it's easier to complain about the status quo than it is to get up and work. To me, it seems like a sense of entitlement and laziness combined. Like, I want something for free, and no, I shouldn't have to work for it. Who are you to tell me that I should work or have to work for something? But the truth is, working is the state of nature. It's a first principle. Like, everything is based on entropy. Things go towards chaos. So it requires human work to bring things out of chaos. but it just completely blows my mind that there are people that actually think you're going to have a system where you distribute wealth where there's not going to be one evil dictator that's going to say, oh, you know what, I'm actually going to keep all the wealth for myself. Why would I distribute it to anybody else when I can be super wealthy? And we've got to come out of that and teach kids that that will not work, because if we keep teaching kids to hate America, you know what? You know what they're going to do? They're going to hate America. And it's going to be the downfall of our culture compared to China and Russia. They're teaching their kids to love the country. And I'm not saying that it's schools necessarily doing this, although it could be that some, but it's definitely the culture as a whole that's doing this. So we need to teach people to love America. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, remember to hit the thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe, and follow. It helps our limited government message grow, our liberty message grow on throughout the algorithms. We'll be back with more videos soon. Take care.